Now that we've seen everybody play, who looks best? Which team has you the most excited and seem like the top dogs in the tournament? Hi, I'm Adrian, and I gotta say right off the bat, I missed most of the Turkey versus Georgia match this morning as I had some medical tests I had to get done. So I only heard the last minutes of added time. So I won't be able to go in depth and really analyze that match, unfortunately, but I will absolutely watch their next matches. Turkey's one of the teams I really want to watch in this tournament. I'm not happy about missing it. I really want to see Turkey play. Partially because I love just watching Arda Güler and Kenan Yildiz, but anyway. And my boy Orkun Kokcu from Benfica, but anyways, let's get into it. So this will just be for anyone who didn't even see the result, basically, because again, I can't go into any depth beyond the extended highlights when it comes to the Turkey match. From what I saw, Turkey were absolutely all over Georgia in the first 10 minutes or so of that match, with chance after chance in the early exchanges, balls just outside of the post, Turkey hitting the inside of the woodwork actually, and yet Georgia nearly had the first goal around the 11th minute mark from a deflected effort that nearly beat Günok in goal. And then it happened. Turkey trying to have their own goal of the tournament competition, just as Romania did yesterday. And Mulder absolutely smashed a volley into the top corner from the edge of the box. Mamardashvili had zero chance of getting to that one, absolutely lasered into that top corner. Shortly after, Kenan Yildiz thought he had made it 2-0 just seconds later, but he was offside thanks to a touch from his teammate that sort of helped it along to him. But from what I saw, Georgia were playing some spooky football at times and troubling that Turkey back line, and they found themselves level again just 5 minutes after going down. Well worked down the right flank, then great movement from Mikautadze to get free and slip one between Günok and the post. Agonizing for Günok, but history for Georgia with their first goal at the Euros in their first ever match. And they nearly scored another not long after that. The match seemingly was much more even, with Georgia troubling Turkey and creating great chances for themselves, but Turkey pulled ahead in the 65th minute from the star boy, of course. It had to be him. Sad I missed this one live. Arda Güler with an absolute perler. You do not let him step inside on his left foot. He will punish you. He showed it at Fener last or 2 seasons ago, I guess. And he showed that when he was given opportunities for Real Madrid, he will capitalize. What a hit, and man, what a player that guy is. Georgia hit the woodwork minutes later and would create more chances for themselves in stoppage time, nearly equalizing and hitting the post, putting tons of pressure on Turkey, but Turkey would get their insurance goal in the 97th minute. Aktürkoğlu would pull away with Orkun Kokcu, and with Mamardashvili forward for the corner, Aktürkoğlu would have an empty goal and roll it in. This looks like it was an incredible match, and there will be no easy matches in this group. 3-1 Turkey the final. This tweet sums up exactly how I felt after hearing about how great this match was and getting a taste of it from the extended highlights. Okay, to a match I did make it home in time to watch. Portugal versus Czechia, and Roberto Martinez played quite the attacking lineup, including Cristiano Ronaldo as the striker, with Rafael Leão playing high up on the left flank, Bernardo on the right flank, though not pushing as wide or as far up as Leão. Pepe also made it in there, the old man Pepe, João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes. It was interesting to see in practice, as Nuno Mendes was more in the back three, though depending on the moment, he and Cancelo would kind of switch positions, which made me a little bit nervous. Czechia, when they were out of possession and defending deep, almost had a back seven at times, dude. It was wild to witness. Other than that, however, they just played with a back five, and tried their best to counter. They had glimpses of a potential counter in the opening 25 minutes, but they didn't amount to anything more than a misplaced or blocked pass in Portugal's half of the pitch. Other than that, you typically saw Patrick Schick in his own midfield while Portugal had possession of the ball. They were deep. Now, like I said in the preview, so long as Ronaldo was playing well, scoring goals, or facilitating great play for his teammates as well, instead of just expecting service and getting mad when he doesn't get it, I have absolutely zero issues with him being out there. The other thing that worries me when he's on the pitch is that his teammates sometimes default to whipping in crosses or squaring to him when there are other options or better options available. It becomes predictable. That was the Portugal of the past. That's what I was worried about. But while there were a couple of those moments early doors and later in the match as well, Portugal actually changed it up and stopped defaulting just to Ronaldo and were much more dynamic as a product of that. Ronaldo himself set up a great opportunity for Vitinha around the half-hour mark, which I love to see. It was a Portugal that was trying to be more than Ronaldo and Inshallah, and it was a Ronaldo that was playing for his teammates also. That's all I've ever wanted to see from this incredibly talented Portuguese side. You can have both things if both parties are willing to. Another one of the closest calls came from a Bruno Fernandes ball that curled close to the 6-yard box that Rafael Leão came agonizingly close to getting a toe on. Rafael Leão's performance was quite mixed, but I guess that's what you get from him, right? Sometimes it feels like dribbling and trickery for the sake of dribbling and trickery, which leads him down some cul-de-sacs at times, leads him nowhere. But when he makes the right decision and he blows by a couple of defenders, you remember why he's on the pitch, why he's special. And then he gets a yellow card for diving. But on the Czech side of things, their most dangerous moment came in the 38th minute when a strong cross was nearly met by Patrick Schick. Most dangerous in the first half, I should say. Unsurprisingly, this happened again, and again the cross came from Portugal's left, the side where João Cancelo and Nuno Mendes were playing. As with those two, the danger was always going to be whether they were switched on as to where the other player was. If Nuno Mendes was going forward, would Cancelo remember to stay back? Would he lose track of players, and vice versa? Hang on for that later. It was Ronaldo again who was at the heart of the danger for Portugal with their final attempt of the first half. Great movement from him, a clean strike at goal, but it was saved relatively easily by the keeper. 0-0 at the half. Ronaldo hit a free kick at the keeper, and Portugal's next attack saw a beautiful reverse through ball to Bernardo Silva, and instead of shooting, he tried to square it to Ronaldo for some reason. Really wish he would have just struck that at goal in that position, as the defender only had a hope at blocking the pass. He would never have a prayer at blocking a shot from Bernardo if he was to take it on. It's his right foot. He's not going to. And of course, as we all know, the football gods don't like to be teased. They don't like it when you poke and prod and don't take your chances. They reward your opposition when that happens. And guess what? Czechia score from the most basic goal ever. Played back to Provod from the left again, Portugal's left, I will say. And he hit a stunner that Diogo Costa couldn't reach. I told you, man. That left side with Nuno Mendes and João Cancelo playing back there, sometimes switching from one being in the back three, one being the wing back, that kind of thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'd rather have a center back there than have those two on the pitch at the same time. Sorry, they can be on the pitch at the same time, but they can't be on the same side of the pitch at the same time with one in the back three. Doesn't work. But anyways, Provod, great strike. You know, defend, defend, defend. Take the one chance that you get. Football's easy, right? And even easier when if you can't score, your opponent scores for you. As Czechia, I feel bad for them. A cross to the back post is headed back by Nuno Mendes. The keeper dives to the ground to try to parry it, and it goes off of his defender and in. Why the keeper didn't just dive on it, I have no idea. Instead, he tried to flip it out. Now, Portugal did put the ball in the back of the net through Jota, who jumped on Ronaldo's rebound late, but Ronaldo was offside for that goal, as you can see here, so it was rightfully called back. I love the semi-automated offside technology, by the way. They need that in every league. That decision was made quickly. And then it finally happened. Two of the substitutes linked up to win it for Portugal. Pedro Neto won the ball on the touchline, drove into the box, and hit a squared ball to Conceição, which was initially blocked by the Czech defender, Hranic, but Conceição was there to finish easily. Feel for Hranic. He was quite good in this match, but was at the heart of both of Portugal's goals, with the own goal that he scored and then misplaying that cross and putting it on a play for Conceição. Two high-profile errors that ultimately cost his country. It's unfortunate, despite a good performance. So Portugal end up winning it at the death 2-1. Not a stupendous performance from them. First match jitters, maybe, etc. I feel for Czechia. They performed relatively well, but that's the double-edged sword of playing defensively like that. It works until it doesn't. Right? And then you fall behind and it's hard to get ahead again. What I do get from this match and what I've seen thus far from Turkey and Georgia is that I do think that this match was always going to be the most difficult one for Portugal when it comes to scoring goals. Czechia were always going to have a minimum of 5 massive defenders for Portugal to get through, with 1 or 2 midfielders eager to drop back in when they are sitting deep to make crossing to Portuguese attackers completely out of the question. That was always going to be their move. It was always going to be very negative and hope for the best, right? And power to them. That is a tactic. It is a viable tactic. Now, Georgia and Turkey may see this tactic and attempt to do the same against Portugal, but I doubt it. I think it will be a bit more open against those teams, and if it isn't, I don't think that they have the big defenders capable of holding off the Portuguese attackers for 90 minutes. The flip side of that is that Turkey in particular will offer far more danger to Portugal's backline, so I foresee some higher scoring matches in matches between Portugal and Turkey and Portugal and Georgia. As for now, Turkey sit at the top, Portugal second, Czechia third, and Georgia in last. Next up, Portugal versus Turkey and Georgia versus Czechia. Okay, a bit of a shorter one, just 2 matches, but the first round of Euro 2024's group stage is complete. Be sure to let me know who you think the strongest teams thus far are, and I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching once again. My name is Adrian. Drop a like if you liked the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.